Honda's CR-V, that stands for a comfortable roundabout vehicle, has been an American favorite for years now. Ever since it was introduced in the late 1990s, its combination of utility, efficiency, and dependability have made it a top seller. Now in its 5th generation for 2017, the CR-V looks to become more upscale, boasting huge improvements to its quality and technology. So let's go ahead and check out and take a closer look at this 2017 Honda CR-V EXL. Now the CR-V was one of the very few compact SUVs that started the craze of the compact crossover back in the late 90s. Now the CR-V in its 5th generation is a much more upscale vehicle than it once was. And it wasn't until 2007 when the CR-V became the best-selling SUV in America and it replaced the Ford Explorer with that title status. But I really love the looks of the new CR-V here. It finally has its own unique design language and they replaced the Volvo looking taillights. I love the front end of the vehicle, and most trims are going to have LED daytime running lights, and LED headlights are available on the top of the line touring trim. I also love these alloy wheels that we get here. Really unique design to the wheels. But overall, it's certainly a fairly good looking crossover here. Now here goes the key fob design for the vehicle. You have your lock, unlocked, your remote engine start, and then your power tailgate, as well as your panic alarm. Ours is also a pretty loaded trim. It's the EXL trim. It's just one trim below the top of the line touring. Now this color of the CR-V is known as the Obsidian Blue. You also do have smart key access on the driver's door and the front passenger door. And since we do have the EXL, the L stands for leather, you do have a full-on gray leather interior. And you have your power driver's seat with power recline, as well as power lumbar. Love the new seat designs. Certainly more interesting looking. Alright, now stepping on inside of the CR-V here, you can finally say that the CR-V's interior is luxurious, and that's something that you couldn't say in the past for a CR-V really. Especially with the wood grain interior trim, it actually looks kind of real, and it certainly gives a more premium vibe to this interior. I love how it's not a plasticky wood grain type trim. Looks like real wood. Now you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. And what you're hearing there is a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. You have a full leather wrapped steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, CVT automatic here with lower gear selection. And when you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your rear view camera with guidance lines and trajectory. And you can also change the views of the rear view camera. You have a top down view, a wide angled view, and your normal view too. But I love that it's a multi-angle rear view camera here, and that comes as standard equipment. And you also do have an electronic parking brake. Let's go ahead and turn on the headlights and the fog lights, as well as the hazards. Driver's window and the front passenger window are fully automatic. Let's go and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the CR-V. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators integrated onto the mirrors. You also do have 18-inch alloy wheels. Now the CR-V continues to sell over 300,000 units per year, and it's one of the top selling SUVs in America. Coming up front here, we have halogen projector beam headlights with LED daytime running lights and LED turn signal indicators. And like I said, you can get LED headlights as an option. You also do have halogen fogs. Alright, now powering the CR-V here is your optional powertrain. It's a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and it's borrowed from the Civic. It produces 190 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 179 pound-feet of torque. EPA estimates are also pretty good. You're looking at 27 in the city and 33 on the highway. And then your base powertrain for the CR-V is going to be a 2.4 liter four-cylinder. But all in all, this powertrain does provide really good fuel efficiency and a decent amount of power. However, if you're looking for a V6 engine, you won't find that here in the CR-V, but at least they do offer an optional powertrain that's more powerful. Now, competitors of the CR-V, you have the vehicles in the compact crossover class. This includes the likes of the Toyota RAV4, which is the CR-V's arch enemy. You also do have the Ford Escape, Nissan Rogue, and the Subaru Forester. Now, I'm kind of sad that they got rid of the Honda Lanewatch system, as I really liked it because it was unique and no other manufacturer had it, but they replaced it with a regular old blind spot detection system. Coming up here, you also do have a shark fin antenna, and you also do have LED taillights with fantastic looking LED turn signal indicators. EPA estimates, like I said, 27 city, 33 highway. Total vehicle price, you're looking at $32,395. Prices have slightly increased over the 2016 model. And of course, all of your basic powered accessories, power windows, door locks, power mirrors, memory seat settings for 2 people. Now, even though the prices have slightly increased, I will say that the quality has drastically improved over the last generation CR-V. I mean, everything in here is soft touch on all the door panels here. Dashboard is also soft touch. You couldn't say that about the last generation CR-V, really. And build quality is much better. Everything feels much more sturdy inside of here. It's much better built. But overall, pretty impressed with the interior quality of the CR-V here. Up here, you have an auto-dimming rearview mirror, and you have your sunroof. Now, some competitors do offer a panoramic sunroof, which I'm still surprised Honda doesn't offer that for the CR-V. You also do have your garage home link up here, sunglass container, and a conversation mirror. And right here, you'll find your econ button, which helps with fuel efficiency a little bit. And then you have your automatic brake hold feature, and you have your 12-volt power outlet with a little storage cubby, dual cup holders. Then you have a decent amount of center console storage here, but this part is removable, and there's a whole lot of space when you remove this little tray right here. And you'll find 2 USB charging ports and a 12-volt power outlet. Plenty of space to store mini knickknacks and any of the kids' items. You also do have 3 staged heated seats for the driver and the front passenger, as well as dual zone automatic climate control. You have your temperatures with the dials right here, and then you also do have your fan speeds. And this is a minor complaint, but when the shift lever is actually in park, it's a little hard to reach the climate controls sometimes, but it's not that big of a problem. Visibility in the CR-V is really good. You have lots of glass area on the front windows. A-pillars are fairly thin for the most part, and seeing all the windshield is a little bit harder because the hood bulges out a little bit more, and the driving position is pretty good. But when you get to rearward visibility, can be a little bit of a challenge, but at least a rear view camera does come as standard equipment on the CR-V. Seating comfort is also much better than the last generation CR-V. The seats are much more supportive this time around, and they're still pretty comfortable at the same time. The eye support is pretty good too. And overall, I have no major gripes about the seats here, and I would certainly take a long road trip in this vehicle. Now, coming to your optional safety technologies, since we do have the Honda Sensing package, this basically is a package that bundles up a bunch of high-end safety tech, and like you have adaptive cruise control, as well as lane keeping assist, lane departure warning, the blind spot detection system. Plenty of safety technologies are available for the CR-V. You just have to get the Honda Sensing package. Coming to the gauges and the whole instrument cluster here. This is pretty much the same instrument cluster setup that you'll find in the Civic, unsurprisingly. But on the left, you do have your coolant temperature, and on the right, you'll have your fuel gauge. In the center, it shows all of your vehicle information. It's a big old LCD screen. You have your digital speedometer, your tachometer. It's controlled by the buttons on the steering wheel, of course. And it shows you things like information about your all-wheel drive system. Shows you your fuel efficiency too, like your fuel range, your average fuel economy, and then your direction of travel. Then it also shows you your driver attention level. Like I said, it also shows you information about your all-wheel drive system. And it also shows you your service intervals, what radio station is playing, and you can change your audio source from here. Your Bluetooth phone, you could change it from miles per hour to kilometers. You have your information. It shows you any warning messages. Overall, it's pretty cool. It's a good looking instrument cluster, and I really love the gauge setup here. Now, probably the best improvement that they've made to the head unit here is that they changed the volume from the touch sensitive button to a regular old knob, which is much better and it's much easier to use. But that's probably the best improvement that they've made. Pretty much all the other things on here are pretty ordinary Honda infotainment stuff here. But coming to your home screen, this is your home screen right here, and then you also do have your navigation. And your navigation is pretty easy to read, and the map quality is pretty good. You also have live traffic, and it shows you your direction of travel. Nothing really groundbreaking, but it does what it needs to do, and it does it fairly well. You also do have your audio, and your different audio sources do include all of the norm. As you can see, this touchscreen is very responsive, and you have your AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, USB port with iPod integration, Bluetooth streaming audio, and your Pandora radio interface. Then right here, you also have your phone. You can hook up your Bluetooth phone. Have all of your contacts stored on here. You also do have speed dial, and you can view your call history. And you have your settings. There's many different settings that you could change here, from the camera, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, vehicle. You have your smartphone. And you have your smartphone connection, which is for your Android Auto and your Apple CarPlay capability. You have your info, which shows you things like your vehicle information, like your trip computer, shows you your average fuel economy. Then you also do have your Honda Link. Which you can access many apps on the Honda Link system. You connect. And then you also do have your app list too, which you have your app installer, your browser. You also do have an onboard calculator, downloads, your gallery. Pretty cool. And then you also have your climate function that you can control from the touchscreen if you don't want to do it by the physical buttons down here. You have your fan speed zones, all that good stuff. But overall, this touchscreen is pretty good. It's pretty responsive, but like I said, I love how they finally went to a regular knob for the volume control. Now, as far as the way the CR-V drives, the CR-V is still a vehicle that's very easy to live with. I mean, this isn't going to be a sporty, compact crossover here. If you're looking for a whole lot of driver engagement, I suggest going with the Mazda CX-5. But the CR-V provides really good fuel efficiency and a comfortable ride quality. It's very smooth and pretty quiet too. And the 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder certainly provides enough power for the vehicle. But if you don't really necessarily need all that power, you have the base powertrain, which is the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. But overall, this vehicle does offer a decent balance between good ride comfort and good handling. You can feel for where this vehicle is trying to go. It doesn't feel particularly nimble, but it's predictable. But overall, if you are looking for a comfortable, compact crossover with decent handling and a decent ride quality, the CR-V will certainly not disappoint. All right, let's go ahead and shut down the CR-V. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Now, materials do follow through here in the rear of the CR-V. Now, one of the key areas where the CR-V really stands out in the compact crossover class is certainly in its interior space. I mean, there's just plenty of rear seat legroom and plenty of headroom back here too. Really a whole lot of legroom though. And that's where the CR-V really stands out. I mean, this vehicle pretty much has more rear seat legroom than a mid-size SUV like a Toyota 4Runner or a Jeep Grand Cherokee. You have rear air vents back here and 2 USB charging ports for the family. And we also do have dual map, or actually just a single map pocket. Pretty surprised about that. Maybe a little cost cutting there. And then you have a rear center armrest with cup holders. But overall, not too shabby, and the seats are really comfortable back here, just like the front ones, and pretty supportive for the most part. All right. You also do have a power tailgate. Now there's plenty of cargo space in the CR-V as well, and the seats do fold down just by pulling on these levers right here, 60-40 split. And the CR-V has definitely one of the best cargo areas in the compact crossover class. There's just plenty of space back here. You also have a powered passenger seat with power recline. So with its easy to live with nature, its comfortable, high quality, and versatile interior, and its good fuel efficiency, the 2017 Honda CR-V is an excellent choice for a compact crossover. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.